So let me address your undesirability. Okay? You guys, you sit up
Man, that's the
here,
second time
y'all
you
talk
misquoted me.
about y'all talk about twerking and weave. You're the biggest unalivers of Black women, the biggest abusers of Black women, the biggest abandoners of Black women. And you want to approach us about weave and twerking? Sir, you need to get together with your brothers and talk to them about killing other sisters and brothers at an alarming rate. Stop calling Black women undesirable when y'all are abusers, killers, and abandoners. That's
Can
the
I say
quiet part out loud.
can I say something really quick?
All right, since we saying the quiet part,
Can I just say something
I'm not
really
even gonna go there. That's fucked up. I'm not because
can I just
the
say
whole
something really
abortion
quick?
He
thing.
started it.
I think it's I think it's very important to like pay attention because when we talk about the men and why they can't lead, I think we as women, a lot of Black women came on here that was defending the men and said, well, we know society plays a role in this. We know society plays a role in this and that and so forth. When it comes down to the women, I feel like men lack an understanding on how slavery had an effect on us, how fatherless homes has had an effect on us, and I think it's very important to be realistic on what that what might look like for a woman. So it's like, yes, we're all gonna come with some type of trauma because of what happened in the past. But in order for a family to be fixed, a man has to know how to lead. That is the first thing. Y'all all as men have agreed on that. If a man do not know how to lead, he will not know how to fix that home. He will not know how to lead these broken generation of women. You know what I'm saying? So if there are no homes and they're fatherless homes, you still have to find a way to still hold the men accountable too. Women can come on here. It's a lot of women who was on here who said, okay, this is how we can hold the women accountable. We understand what the men could go through. We understand their traumas. We understand this. I still have yet to hear a man say, well, I can understand from a woman's point of view. And I feel like that's the disconnect with this conversation here. Because even DJ So Lovely, although she's pointing out what men do, she also came back and said, yes, women do this and women do that. And she didn't completely say men have these bad traits because y'all are bad people. She talked about conditioning, which is very important because, yes, everybody had access um, to childcare, but the movies they were putting out when it comes to white people and Black people, they were making it seem like most of our households was enduring what those lower class were enduring, and people tend to put the certain things that they showed in those movies on our cultures, far as how women behaved and how men behaved. We were a victim of conditioning. We are still a victim of slavery, and we as Black women still have effects just like you as Black men from slavery and from the past and from conditioning, and it's still going on today.
Lons or anybody else want to get in there? Because we can go all day back and forth. I'm long. I'm not long
I'm
with it, but
good.
I got a lot.
Now, like I
I'm
said,
good. I
I'm
don't
like
really.
for sure 50-50 with it. Like I believe like there's both sides to it, but at the same time, it's just like I'm hearing what women be saying about men, and then I'm hearing what men are saying about women. Why can't we all just get along and get on the same page? We supposed to be working together, not being destructive towards each other. Like that's the
Gaining
whole.
the understanding, right?
Yeah,
But when
but
we
then
give
you,
our point of views, y'all just say we you don't understand versus we as women we're like, okay, I see why you can go there with that. We understand that you can have that experience and we understand those experiences exist within dating women. We can recognize that. I still have not heard a guy say, I can recognize your experience of that as a woman.
the reason why is like so the icebreaker is there are not enough eligible Black men for Black women. I kept it specifically relegated to the conversation about what we was talking about. When I look at the balloon pop show, if there's only one man left, when they went on the balloon pop show, nobody would ever pop a balloon. Dude would have to keep popping until he found one. That's my only point.
So
It
Marcus,
ain't
think about
fighting
this.
women or
Marcus,
none of this other shit.
Marcus,
It's just
I want to respond. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I thought you was done. Go ahead.
no,
Go
no,
ahead.
you got it. Go ahead.
No, what that's the reason why I want to say to you. Men run the household. Men, when it's a good household, y'all take credit for it. Y'all like this came from the good leadership of a man. This came from a man knowing his role, knowing how to lead his family. So if there's if the divorce rates are low, there are fatherless homes. That means there's a lack of leadership. For that's
So
what they mean by eligible men. These men are gamblers. Even I am Casey. Even Casey, she said the same thing with her with the lady in the store. That was just a random lady. You know what I'm saying?
so
I
Doc,
married this man. I married this
Doc,
man. But if it's no
so
marriages.
Doc, no, I get what you're saying. We do take the credit. Well, actually, we don't take the credit. Most of us put it to our family, like we proud our family structure where we should. But when it comes to negative stuff, I'm the first one to say everything the man fault. I'm the first one to say this all this shit rests on our shoulders. And yeah, and what Tuesday, Buddy said he got 18 kids by 14 women, right? The man was lighting his ass up to the point I'm like, all right, let's try and find some type of, because all they was trying to do was hold the man accountable for the entire show. Like it, the entire show. I don't know if those roles was reversed, if his 14 baby mamas was on there, if y'all would have been attacking him, trying to hold him accountable. Now I empathize and understand that because I understand how women communicate with each other, and that's not going to be effective, right? But I'm just saying it. We're not just passing the blame. Like they was on his top on Tuesday. I don't know if y'all seen that show, but they definitely was on his top. Like to the point I'm like, all right, well, let's let's move the conversation on. So I don't think we just shrug in responsibility. Matter of fact, Darwin was even mad, like, man, y'all should have went a little harder. No, I want to co-sign that.
But
Don't.
even the women, when if you notice the
Hey, I
most
definitely
examples,
was mad. I ain't getting on that.
if you
Yeah,
notice the
I was mad. Lines, I think Lines and Asian might need to say their last remarks for more because they didn't really get to talk much.
Go ahead, ladies first.
I just want to say that I want to go back to the reason why the black household was destroyed. And DJ So Lovely, she hit it on the nail in the beginning when she said white supremacy. I think that we focus so much on pointing fingers at each other and saying, you're the one to blame, you're the one to blame. And nobody, again, that's not putting the family on code. When they introduced the welfare system, when they told black women, and it is sometimes black women got to take accountability because they was like, well, you can't get this check if he in your house. You know what I mean? That is a part of the reason I broke up the family as well because, like she said, mass incarceration. So it's like we know these things. Now we're educated. You can hit Google and it'll give you these facts, right? So we all know these things, but yet we're walking right past each other every day. And I feel like that has to do with this list of things. Like I know women that literally have a list. Like these are the things that you have to do. This is what qualifies you. And it does go back to trauma because I have a lot of friends that lived acrimony. The movie, like they lived acrimony. You know what I mean? So it's like being in a relationship for 17 years, 20 years. You started in your 20s. You was dedicated. You know, all of these things that you've been through, when you get to a certain point, you're like, I can't waste my time. Just like men, you guys don't want, no man want to sit here and waste their time. So we sit back, just like you said, Dorian, you said, oh, y'all old, this and that. We look at the old dudes in the club, be like, this man probably got a pocket full of money and he here. Oh, we see the old men in the club, undesirable to us as well. So we looking at it the same way. I have very successful friends that are men that are literally single. So I think that it's a lot of it's your fault, it's her fault, social media, and nobody is really getting on code. Like you have to ask yourself, do you really want to be a wife? Do you really want to be a husband? And I think people don't really, really, truly understand what that means. And I'll land my plane.